Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar, I'm Jed Morgan, and there are many factors which should disqualify someone from writing for an adaptive TV series or movie, and high up on that list are actively disliking the source material, which we found out the Netflix Witcher writers do about a month ago. Another would be actively not knowing the source material, not going to any lengths to actually understand it, or read it even, to have any sort of adaptation integrity whatsoever. And the third would be not having any talent to actually write in any sort of positive and creative manner. All three of those factors are now at play within the Witcher writers' room, as one of the Witcher writers, who is now the showrunner of Witcher Blood Origin, admits that he's not even familiar with the source material enough to adapt it. So it's the big three. They should all be disqualified from writing for the Witcher series, and really any series that they meet those three disqualifying factors for. And this is just modern Hollywood to a T. It's failing upwards, hiring people who don't like the source material, don't know the source material, don't care about the source material. We see this with The Witcher. We see this with Marvel saying, oh, if you like Marvel comics, that's immediately disqualifier. Everything is so backwards in these entertainment franchises these days. But we have these comments here by Declan, who is the showrunner for Witcher Blood Origin, and he admits The Witcher Blood Origin was born from frustration with the novels. It kind of seems like he doesn't like the novels. Yeah, it kind of seems like Beau DeMayo might be right. Ooh, CBR and all the other ones attacking him, taking Lauren Hissrich's side and attacking the fans. Might need to eat crow here. Might need to eat crow. But this comes from Declan's actual words, who said that the source material lacked the detail provided concerning the conjunction of the spheres in Sapkowski's novels, became frustrating and aggravating. Yes, to a certain extent, there is a little bit of gray area. I will admit that. But there are details enough to make an accurate television show. You can't say, oh, there's not any detail, and then throw out all the detail that there actually is, which is evidently what he's doing in Witcher Blood Origin. That is so insane. That is just backwards in every sense of the concept. So Damara explained, we were trying to figure things out. I remember getting up on the whiteboard in the writer's room, and I drew out a sketch of what I thought this world looked like at the time of the conjunction of the spheres is based on. We have that detail. We do. It's in the books, and it's in the world of The Witcher. We know that the elves were on top of things at that point. The gnomes and the dwarves were thrust into hiding, that it was pretty much one united front of the elves, and the Ainel were breaking off to their own homeworld in Tir-na-Leo and battling with unicorns. We know what was happening during this time. There's plenty enough detail. And so you say, oh, there's like no detail, and I don't want to go look for detail, so I'm going to pretend that there's no detail at all. That is just very, very disrespectful and proves Beau's comment to the T. And I'm just not okay with people having that sort of disqualifying fundamental aspect when taking jobs like this. You are so disqualified from writing for this franchise, Declan Dabara, because you don't like the source material, as confirmed by this and by Beau, and you don't know it, as confirmed by your own statements here. There is enough detail there. There's plenty enough to make a show off of. But instead, you throw out all the detail that there is and combine over 5,000 years of history into 1 month. You can't do that and then complain about there not being any detail. It's retarded. It's honestly retarded. And he continues, at the end of season 2, Lauren Histrich said, would you be interested in writing a prequel based on the conjunction? I was like, yeah, that's great. The thing that's still in my head, I think it was in Lauren's head as well. So she approached him and he's like, yeah, I don't know anything about the conjunction. I've been thinking about that. I know nothing. I'd love to do this prequel. And she's like, damn, that's awesome. Let's do it. This is just a broken writer's room. She admitted that she hired people who don't know the source material, and this is the byproduct of that. When you go out and look for people who have no interest in the source material, you hire people who don't like it, and people who aren't willing to do research to contradict factually inaccurate statements that they make. And this is after he made a show about it. If before the show was even a concept, and he's like, yeah, I don't really know about the conjunction, let me do my research, that's fine. But this is after he's made the show, and he's like, yeah, there's absolutely nothing about the conjunction besides it happened. That is factually inaccurate and should disqualify him from ever touching the Witcher universe again. He wrote a show about a lore that he doesn't even know exists. How ridiculous is that? This is why this franchise is failing. This is why Henry Cavill left. This is why places like CBR and the other access mainstream media sites cannot keep it afloat. They cannot shill enough for it, because I'm specifically referring to this article by CBR that says why saying the Witcher writers hate the source material is ridiculous and even mean-spirited, they go on to say. So they're like, yeah, Beau DeMayo said they don't like the books, but that's ridiculous. You're bad for thinking that. Oh, Lauren Histridge, she doesn't hire fans of the books. That's ridiculous. Why would you think that she said that when she clearly said that, and we just quoted her saying that? The Witcher faces the same entitled fan outrage as Star Wars and others. Yes, we are entitled to have opinions on it because we've invested in it more than these people. They admit they're not fans. So we've invested more time and effort into it. That's ridiculous. Of course we're entitled to be upset when you divert so much from the source material, admit that you don't like it, and show in your action, in every word written, every episode released, that you don't like it. Of course we're allowed to be outraged. This is ridiculous. And this comment made here is really, really aggressively inaccurate as well. This CBR writer, obviously he's never read the books, saying both the books and the novels are tied to Geralt's perspective, but the series is not. This allows the women characters, as much as Sapkowski's creation of Geralt or Dandelion, moments to shine. That is factually inaccurate in the sense that, yes, it is from Geralt's perspective, but they're acting like Dandelion is up there as number 2 most perspective character. No, Ciri is by far the number 2 most perspective character, and Yennefer is number 3, and Dandelion is far, far, far down as the 4th one. So, yeah, the 2 men that I know from the series, they probably had the most attention. No, Dandelion's the 4th most attention after the 2 women you said weren't getting attention. Obviously haven't read the books, mate, so this is definitely not a great perspective to take, and they go into a wokenism argument, saying, oh, Lauren Histridge, she, knows the author, and so clearly she loves the source material. She said she doesn't hate it, so she clearly loves it. She's like, I've never mocked the books. That's their evidence for her liking the books. It's just like, oh, I've never said I don't like them. Oh, she clearly doesn't not like them. What is wrong with CBR? This is not evidence. This is not any sort of proof. This is just an excuse to attack the fans and mock them. There's zero evidence that they're wrong, and every piece of evidence that they do provide that they think is proving them correct is actually the same evidence that we use to prove them wrong. Because, yeah, when Beau DeMayo says, hey, we didn't like the source material, we're taking that to mean, hey, they don't like the source material. But CBR is like, you can't think they don't like the source material when they said they don't like the source material. This is ridiculous to the 9th degree. And no matter how much shilling CBR and other sites like them do, they cannot save this franchise. It is dying. And that is evident in everybody's reaction to Witcher Blood Origin and their comments made about the future of the franchise. Nobody is interested without Henry Cavill and without lore adaptation integrity. Both of those are out the window, so what are people sticking around for? I can't wait to see Witcher Blood Origin crash and burn to the 9th degree. There's no saving this franchise. It was dead from the moment that you hired people like Declan DeBarra, who admits he doesn't even know the source material that he just adapted into a television show. Lauren Histridge, the many, many comments that she's made that proves that she doesn't like and doesn't care and doesn't know the source material. She constantly hires people who don't either. This was a failed attempt, an aborted television show in concept and in heart and in narrative quality from the moment that these people were hired to do the job. And it just sucks that it's taken this many years for the cracks to be seen publicly and for it all to come tumbling down. And hopefully this keeps getting bigger and bigger, and these studios begin to realize how many people they've pissed off by hiring these hack writers who don't know and don't care about the source material to this degree. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Anon.
Hey, yo, are you feeling what I'm doing up in here? Oh, I know you are. Do you miss all the good, compelling stories that we used to get back in Hollywood that they ain't putting down no more? Oh, I know you missing it. So check out my book series, Odyssey of a Phoenix, a mythological epic about philosophy, morality, and modern-day mental illness issues, baby. Book 1, Down in Flames. Book 2, Apocalypse Then. These are currently on sale. What are you waiting for? Get your hands on them. And we got Book 3, Kill the Dark, is coming down the pipeline. Just wait for all the good stuff that's dropping. You ain't gonna be disappointed, fam.